So let's talk about something that trips a lot of us up on the road to financial freedom. It's this quiet, sneaky force that can keep you running in place, no matter how much more money you start to make.
Have you ever felt this? You're climbing the ladder, your paycheck is looking better than ever, but that dream of financial independence, it still feels just as far away. It's super frustrating, right? Well, today we're going to unpack exactly why that happens. All right, just a quick heads up before we dive in. Everything here is for educational purposes. For financial advice that's tailored to you, you should always chat with a professional. So let's kick things off with this idea they call the progress paradox. It's that weird feeling you get when you know you're making financial progress, but the goal line just doesn't seem to be getting any closer.
See, it turns out there's this silent thing happening in the background. It's a force that can quietly sabotage all your hard work, basically canceling out the benefit of those pay raises you've earned, often without you even realizing it.
In this silent saboteur, it actually has a name, and it's what this whole explainer is about: lifestyle inflation. Let's break down what that really means. Okay, so what is it? Put simply, lifestyle inflation is just the habit of spending more money as you start to earn more money. It sounds kind of natural, and it is, but it can be a massive roadblock on your path to FIRE. And, the way this whole cycle starts is super common. It begins with great news. You've worked hard, you land that promotion, you get a nice raise, your income goes up. And then, almost on autopilot, our spending just follows suit. Maybe you start looking around your place and thinking, it's getting a little cramped in here. Next thing you know, you're in a bigger house or a nicer apartment. Or maybe it's the car. You know that feeling. Suddenly your perfectly good car feels a little dated. So a newer, fancier one seems like the right move. I mean, it's a reward for all your hard work, right? And yeah, you guessed it, your holidays get a nice little upgrade too. That simple weekend getaway turns into a 2-week trip overseas. It all feels great because, hey, you can afford it now. But here's the thing. This is exactly where the problem starts to creep in. This cycle puts you on what I like to call a financial treadmill. You're running faster and faster, but you're not actually going anywhere. So look at this. This is the trap right here in front of you. Your income might double, which is awesome, but if your expenses just grow right along with it, the gap between what you earn and what you spend, it stays exactly the same. And what this does to your savings rate, which, by the way, is the absolute engine of your FIRE journey, is, well, nothing. It stays completely stuck. If you were saving 10% before your raise and you're still saving 10% after, you haven't actually sped up your journey at all. So let's be really clear about this. On paper, you're earning more. The numbers look bigger. But in reality, if your spending is keeping pace, you're no closer to that finish line of financial independence. You are effectively running in place. Okay, but here's the good news. It absolutely does not have to be this way. The goal isn't to never enjoy your money or live like a monk. It's just about being smarter with your upgrades. It's about taking back control. And this brings us to the key idea here, something called controlled lifestyle inflation. It's a really simple but powerful mindset shift. Instead of letting your spending just automatically catch up to your income, you make a conscious choice to let your income grow faster than your expenses. You still get to upgrade your life, but you do it on your terms. Let's run through a quick tale of 2 raises, okay? So you get a 20% pay bump. In the uncontrolled scenario, your spending also jumps up by 20%. But with a controlled approach, maybe you decide to only increase your spending by, say, 5 or 10%. Now you get to save and invest the rest. And what this strategy does is pretty amazing. You start to create this gap. As your income bar gets taller, your expense bar only grows a little bit. That widening space between them, that's your freedom fund, and it starts to grow like crazy. And the result? Well, it's a total game changer for your savings rate. That tiny little 10% slice we saw earlier, now it can blow up to 30, 40, maybe even 50%. And that is what really puts your journey to FIRE into hyperdrive. All right, let's bring this all home. When you switch from that automatic reactive spending to an intentional planned strategy, you don't just move forward, you actually accelerate your entire journey. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this: your savings rate is everything. Seriously, it's more powerful than your investment returns. It's even more important than your total income. It is the #1 thing you can control to decide how quickly you reach financial independence. So look, the big takeaway here really is this. Lifestyle inflation itself isn't the bad guy. Enjoying the rewards of your hard work is a good thing. The real problem is uncontrolled lifestyle inflation, when it just happens on autopilot without any intention behind it.
So what can you do? It really boils down to two simple steps. First, just make it a rule for yourself. My income will always grow faster than my spending. And second, be intentional. Really think about and choose the upgrades that will bring you the most joy, instead of just upgrading everything across the board.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time more money comes your way, a raise, a bonus, whatever, what is the one upgrade you'll choose to make, on purpose, while consciously deciding to save and invest the rest? Because that decision right there is where your real financial power lies.